Okay, let's dig into this. You hear FBI, you think seizures, investigations. But what if I told you they're also one of the biggest holders of Bitcoin on Earth?
Yeah, it sounds, well, completely out there, doesn't it? Almost like fiction.
Right. But the source material we've been looking at suggests it's very real. Kind of a bizarre situation, actually. So today we're talking about the U.S. government's huge, often hidden Bitcoin stash.
And where it comes from, crucially, this isn't Bitcoin they, bought on Coinbase. It's all from seizures. Huge amounts confiscated over the years.
From where, specifically?
Well, think of the big ones. Darknet markets like the famous Silk Road bust, major hacking groups like the Colonial Pipeline attackers, even massive crypto scams. You remember BitConnect?
Oh, yeah. So they grab all this crypto.
Exactly. We're talking potentially hundreds of thousands of Bitcoin. It's a massive digital treasure chest, really.
So they seize it. Then what? Does it just disappear into evidence lockers?
Not quite. The sources lay out this process. Seize, then store, and eventually auction. So they hold on to it, often for a while, in these super secure secret digital wallets.
Secret wall. So people didn't always know the government had this much.
For a long time, no. Not the scale of it anyway.
Yeah.
But then you had these crypto sleuths starting to notice things.
Crypto sleuths, like blockchain detective.
Basically, yeah, analysts who just watched the public ledger. They started seeing these gigantic Bitcoin movements, way too big for normal users, even big companies. It looked like, vaults being opened.
Ah, okay. So they followed the digital money trail.
Precisely. By tracking these huge transfers, they started connecting the dots, linking specific digital addresses. And, well, it turns out agencies like the U.S. Marshals and the FBI control some seriously massive Bitcoin wallets.
Wow. Like a government-run digital Fort Knox.
That's a good way to put it.
Huh.
And part of their standard operating procedure, as the courses confirm, is eventually selling off these seized assets.
How? Like an eBay auction?
Well, sort of. More like official government auctions. They solicit bids. Now, these tend to attract big money players, not just anyone.
Any famous example?
Oh, absolutely.
Right.
The classic one is Tim Draper, the billionaire VC. Back in 2014, he bought, get this, over 30,000 Bitcoin at one of these government auctions.
Oh, 30,000 Bitcoin. Where did those come from?
Straight from the Silk Road seizure. The government busted the site, took the Bitcoin, and then sold a huge chunk of it to Draper.
Okay, that is fascinatingly weird. The government arrests people for using crypto illegally, then turns around and sells that same crypto to, well, wealthy insiders.
It definitely highlights a strange tension, right? They're acting as the prosecutor and this massive crypto seller.
Yeah, strange dynamic. But you said eventually auctioned. Does it always get auctioned?
Well, this is where the sources get really interesting. There are whispers, strong suggestions, really, that not all of the seized Bitcoin actually goes to auction.
Wait, why wouldn't they sell it all? Isn't that the point? To liquidate the assets.
That's the assumption. But the theory presented in the material is, well, it's quite clever, potentially. Some of these coins, because they were used in crimes, might be too useful to just sell off.
Useful how? Because they're marked, kind of.
Exactly. They're potentially tainted. Their history on the blockchain links them to known criminal activity. That makes them highly traceable.
Okay, traceable, so the government could use them.
That's the idea. By holding on to wallets with these specific tainted coins, agencies could potentially track criminal money flows better, see where it goes, who it interacts with.
So using the seized assets as tracking devices.
Or even, the sources suggest, maybe as bait in ongoing investigations, put some known criminal coin out there, see who bites. It's like tagging fish.
So the picture that emerges isn't just law enforcement cleaning up, it's more complex. Maybe even a kind of shadow crypto operation, using seized coins as intelligence tools.
That seems to be the core question the analysis raises. The blockchain, as they say, doesn't lie. The transactions are public. If the government is strategically holding and maybe using certain coins instead of just auctioning them all.
It suggests they're playing a much deeper game than most people realize.
A deeper game, exactly, on the blockchain itself.
It really makes you think. Next time there's a big crypto bust, you might wonder, is it all going to auction? Or are some of those coins now part of a hidden government toolkit, watching the network? What does it mean if the government isn't just confiscating crypto, but potentially weaponizing its history? It's a glimpse into a possible future of surveillance played out on the open ledger, something to keep in mind.